Alright, hi internet. Yesterday we finally got the ability to play online for the first time, and so far I have played every single session. I'm probably not going to play the next one because I have been losing a lot of sleep over this, but it was completely worth it. Minus the fact that immediately after I started recording this footage that you're seeing, disaster struck, and my capture card actually blew a fuse, and I'm going to give you a little sample. It sounds like this now. Yeah. Not very good. The capture card kind of just ate itself. I am now officially kind of broke because I had to order another capture card, which I'm not really happy about. But, you know, what can you do? Yeah, but don't mind that too much. I'll be fine. I hope. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about the online experience, playing with a wide variety of different skill levels and, you know, all of the above. And first things first, I just want to say I really loved it. I believe Nintendo kind of rolled out the online experience. So when they first released it, it was like 30 FPS. And like really laggy. And then the second session, which was this morning, was really smooth. And then it just got better and better. And like the last session I played, I was playing with a friend who lives on the opposite side of the coast, and the connection was still like buttery smooth, and it was really fun to play and really good to play. Now the second thing, which I wasn't too keen about, was the mandatory 2v2. You are only able to play 4 individual switches on an online match. If you want to play full 4-on-4, every switch has to have 2 people physically in the room together in order to play. And I thought that was a bit stupid, but then we realized that Nintendo added a feature called auto and manual. So when you set it to auto, the game will automatically decide which character you are playing depending on who has the ball. And then manual makes it so that you stick to the same character. So in the clip above, my friend is playing manual Toad, my brother is playing manual Luigi, and I am playing automatic. So that means I bounce between the other 2 characters. Like the auto and manual thing is amazing. Now one thing that I'm sure a lot of you guys are curious about is the meta, like who's the best characters in the game. And from the day one impression, I believe that, you know, with a few exceptions, there were a few people running really obscure team comps. But after a while, I began to gravitate more toward a balanced team comp. So for shooters, I would pick Rosalina because she has a really high technique stat, and it makes it really easy for her to get really crazy shots. I would then double up with Peach. Peach was kind of our midfield speed character, and again, her technique stat was very nice. Now on defense, we had Waluigi, which, don't mind me saying this, I believe he's the best character in the game, because unlike every other class, there is only one tank speed defense based character, which is Waluigi. So again, day one impressions, but I believe Waluigi is going to be picked every single time. And then after that, we tried experimenting with Donkey Kong, with Wario, with like an average character like Mario or Luigi. For me, it really didn't matter who the 4th character was. It just needed to be someone who was not already a duplicate of the characters that we already had. So I really enjoyed characters like Luigi for his high technique, or characters like Wario or Donkey Kong who are good at defending and passing. All right, what else do I have to talk about on this list? Oh, you know, I love the game as a whole, but there was this one thing that really bothered me, and it was the items. Items are kind of important. You use items to create space, to open up ways, you know, to get up close and personal. So even if you get tackled and you get like a custom item box that only your team could grab, you still have to go grab that item box, right? You still have to have someone go and grab that. And you can't use that item immediately, which means that, sure, you get the item, but they get the point. And that was a bit frustrating because very early on, I ran into a team that was just legitimately hit spamming, and it was just horrid to play against. It was murder. So if I had one thing to gripe about, definitely the way that the items are handled. When you get tackled without owning the ball, you should get an item immediately. There should be like, you shouldn't have to run, go grab an item, and then come back. Because in the time that it takes to go grab that item box, you know, you may already be down like 3 points, and that item then doesn't do you anything. Oh, while I'm thinking about that, on a side note, I know that some people were complaining that the item box probability, like how often they show up, was too high. Personally, I didn't notice that. I thought it was fine. It kind of has that brawlhalla effect where there's always something to go for if you have the opportunity to overextend and go grab an item. So, yeah. I mean, I understand why Nintendo did it like this. In order to bring back some randomness, it makes sense that they implemented the item boxes the way that they did. It's just that instead of making it more random, it just feels more annoying. Because the better player normally always wins anyway. The skill cap is just not enough. So either they need to tune it more or they need to tune it less. Like, it's kind of in that weird middle ground, which I don't like. But other than that, that was my first impressions with the online. The game was great. I will admit I did not do as many setups as I thought I would. And I think that's also because I was playing the fill position where I couldn't control every single character. So I was just going for simple shots. And the one time I actually played a position and I had my brother fill, he didn't know what the heck he was doing. So we lost horribly. I do think fill is definitely the hardest, but most rewarding position to play. So I really enjoy playing Rosa, Peach, and then a random character, Phil. That is like my bread and butter. I love that. So yeah, that was my first impression with Mario Strikers Battle League. Be sure to like and subscribe if you like this kind of ranty kind of topics. And I'll be back with some more Mario Strikers Battle League things to talk about, updates, news, articles, what have you. I'll see you around.